Hey guys, it's Nicole Eaton with the Rock Your Soul book and podcast, where we talk about how to hack your mindset, grow your intuition, and live your best life. You can support this podcast by subscribing, leaving a positive review, and screenshot and sharing on social media. I am in full and complete gratitude this morning for a lot of reasons, but the fact that this is my 100th episode is just honestly freaking wild to me. It has been a year full of incredible conversations and guests, and I have the most incredible audience members and fans, and I just wanted to say a very quick thank you. This whole episode is on the power of gratitude. So, I'm going to hand you a lot of really interesting studies and ways for you to use gratitude in your week since it's Thanksgiving week. But first, I just want to say, and from the deepest bottom of my heart, my content would be irrelevant if you weren't listening to it. And I'm so grateful every day that even if it's one person who takes what we're talking about and has it spark something new in them, that everything I do is worth it. My goal is always to help you live your life better and happier. And I'm so I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that I get to do this for a living and that I'm able to share this content with you guys. So happy 100th episode to the Rock Your Soul podcast. This has been a week for me of submitting queries to agents, and I am so fucking excited to show you guys my next book. Like, I can't get it out quick enough, but obviously I'm going to, work through the ease and manifest quickness around this project as in general. But I can't wait to get this book in your hands. It has been a labor of love for the past several years through COVID, through all sorts of experiences like moving across, 700 miles to South Carolina. So it's been a journey, and it's everything that I've learned in that journey that I work and use with my clients, and I'm giving it to you in a book. So Rock Your Comeback, the Down to Earth Guide to Reclaiming Your Power, will hopefully be out in 2023. So this next episode will start a new season for the Rock Your Soul podcast, and I'm so excited for it. So let's dive into gratitude because it's the most powerful emotion that you really could have. You guys, if you've been listening, if you've been reading, you know that I'm somebody who absolutely geeks out about the power of the mind. Your brain is immensely powerful, and we can be intentional about how we use it to create a better, happier, more fulfilling life. And that's, again, my whole goal for you. So today we're going to talk about the power of gratitude. I was actually reading a study the other day. I was reading with Joe Dispenza, and he was talking about how in 4 days they found that 10 minutes of holding gratitude or another positive emotion in 4 days for 10 minutes a day, it can positively shift your immune system about 50%. So increase your immunology, which is wild because obviously we've got flu season going around. We've just gotten done with this wild pandemic, and what this study suggests is that our brain is so powerful that it can heal our body, that it can influence our cells, influence our immune system, and that we can do that through thought alone. Like, sign me the fuck up. I'm in. So, gratitude, by definition, is the quality of being thankful, a readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. So, gratitude can be given or received, and it has the same impact, which is pretty cool because we know that as we give gratitude, as we feel gratitude, and as we receive gratitude, it's all doing the same thing for our positivity and for our energy and emotions. When we think about energy and we think about thoughts, they all have kind of a scale to them. So when we're in a low vibration, we're in a low energy, we're in a bad mood. Gratitude can actually shift you out of a bad mood, and even if it's something as simple as being thankful for breathing today. If you woke up breathing today, you're already a step ahead of the people who aren't. Studies show that gratitude can actually improve mental health in as little as 4 weeks, but really sees substantial growth in 12. So if you're just somebody out here trying to improve your mental health, starting with gratitude is an epic place to start. And you can do that in a variety of ways. But obviously, one of my favorite techniques is writing a thank you letter to yourself, to your highest self, to somebody you love and care about. I'm big on sending gratitude texts. letting people know how they've impacted you, letting people know that you're thinking about them. It feels good to give and it feels good to receive. So, finding little practices in your day will help you focus on positive things and things to be grateful for. I'll tell you, sometimes I'll be driving and I'll see somebody doing, like, manual labor. I was not put on this earth to do manual labor. I had to, like, shovel 6 ton of rocks a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "I am not built for this," and I'm so grateful for the people who enjoy this for a living or choose to do it for a living, because that's not for me. I'm made to use my brain over my hands. Um, but finding little things as you're driving to be grateful for, the green lights, the smooth roads, the ease in which you got there, the music along the way. When we can intentionally shift our focus anytime to something that feels good, and we get to choose that. We always get to choose whether we're in a negative emotion or in a positive one. We always get to choose it by redirecting our attention, our focus, and our thoughts. And gratitude is one of those ways where we can do this. So we can do things like write a gratitude letter. As you guys, most of you know that I write a thank you letter to the universe every single day. I start my day off with a full heart. I start my day off with divine connection, and I start my day off with saying thank you to the universe for all the things that I already have and all the things that I've already become and all of the things that are coming for me. All the support I receive, all of the people in my life, and doing this has changed my life. I will say this a million times over. Uh I don't care if people don't believe in manifestation. It has worked for me, and part of my manifestation is gratitude. Nobody will tell me different based on my experience and based on the clients that I've had and the experiences they've had from that. Like, you won't talk me out of this. So if you're not my ideal client, if you're like, no, I don't believe in that, probably shouldn't listen to this podcast. But if you are open to changing your life will change with these practices. One of the reasons that gratitude works so well in creating a practice of gratitude, like why does this work so well, is because it strengthens our positive recall. And what that means is it basically creates a filter in our brain for good things to look for. When we notice what we notice, we feed into, right? So if we notice everything going wrong, we're going to see things going wrong. If we notice things going right or things we're grateful for, we see more things to be grateful for. This isn't even woo. This is just neuroscience. This is just the way the brain perceives things. This is just the way things look, and the way the brain works as a filter for our experience. The more input we ask for, the more we see of it. We have a reticular activating system, and that's partly responsible. It's like when you get a new car and you suddenly see that car everywhere. It wasn't an overproduction of that vehicle overnight. It was that your brain has created priority based on it being more important to you. So the more we put something in, the more aware, the more we talk about it, the more we think about it, the more we practice it, the more we see it in our environment. So strengthening your positive recall isn't eliminating negative emotions. It's just saying, I'm grateful too. And when I'm grateful too, I can see things more clearly that I can be grateful for. One of my favorite gratitude tools is to name 10 things you're grateful for every single day. But the caveat is that each day I want you to look for 10 new things, 10 things you have not listed before. So by day 10, you should have 100 things that you're grateful for, none of which repeat. The power in doing this is to start to train your brain to look for the good, to look for things to be thankful for. If you know that if every day at the end of the day, you have to write 10 things down that you're grateful for that day. And if 10 is too much and you're in a dark space, start with one or two. That's fine too. Just one thing you could be grateful for. And it might be as simple as breathing. It might be as simple as being able to move. It might be as simple as a car or house, or it might be just something that you might take for granted every day. But finding new things to be grateful for is one of my favorite power tools for beginning to shift into a new state. I also think it's important, and I talk a lot about this in my first book, that the power of words you use when you're being thankful. So you might play around with what words have the most impact for you. So if you're somebody who loves the word grateful or you love the word thankful, for me, when I think of what I'm thankful for, I connect most with the word love. Like, I love my kids. I love when people are kind to me or when people appreciate the content I put out. I love a sunset, and I'm so grateful for a sunset, but the word love for me just hits different in my body and you can feel it. So you might go through a list of words associated with being grateful and kind of scale them around, see what ones work for you. But again, some of my favorite practices are just sending a simple text. Put a reminder in your phone so that you can, at 12 o'clock every day, think of something you're grateful for. That might be your time when you just express gratitude. You might do it in the morning so you can start your day. Again, that's a practice that I do every morning. And it's so important for me to do it in the morning because that sets the tone for my day. That sets what my mind is going to look for throughout the day as things to be grateful for, the connection with the divine, and that whole experience of connecting and with the things I really truly desire. So the power of gratitude is really just insurmountable. Like if you're not using it in your life as a well-being tool and you're feeling down, it's a great thing to begin to start, because I'm telling you what, that experience of holding gratitude in your body, like if we think about what it does for the mind, it creates that resiliency and it creates that filter for our neural pathways to look for things to be grateful for, but also, man, you're high vibing the hell out of it when you're in a space of gratitude. If you sat for 5 minutes every day and just thought of the shit you're grateful for, down to the minute, down to the driving down the highway and having ease in traffic, down to green lights, down to, your kids, your family, whatever else. Like laundry, like I've been working on being more grateful for laundry because I am able to afford to have abundance of clothes, like silly things like that. I'm grateful to have it. At one point, we didn't have a washer and dryer and had to go to the laundromat. And so, little things like that to find to be grateful for, of maybe things you have now. It's a good time to reflect on things you have now that maybe you didn't. But when I think about gratitude, I also just think about the people in my life, the people who have loved me no matter what, the people who have supported me no matter what, the people who have crossed my path. Like there's been times where I've been out and about and somebody has just said something kind to me, and it's meant the absolute world to me that just some random stranger who was just doing their own thing took a 5 seconds to make me feel seen or make me feel loved. So you can pass on gratitude in a myriad of ways, but it's going to be up to what you really connect with, because the key with manifesting, the key with gratitude is to feel it. I mean, that's the key, is to find something you're genuinely grateful for. And again, I'm genuinely grateful for this platform. I'm genuinely grateful for all of the growth I've had this year, all of the people who listen to this podcast. And I don't know, I can't imagine myself doing anything else other than what I'm able to do with and for you guys. So I hope this was helpful. Remember, gratitude really just is a whole body energy and physical. Like if we're going into flu season, guys, this is a great tool to keep your immune system up, to keep your heart healthy. Um, there was this whole study done by, oh my gosh, what's his name? Dr. Emoto. He did this water study, and basically he spoke positive words to water, and then he spoke negative words to a different sample of water. And you can go on and Google like this crystal water project by Dr. Emoto, and it's wild. The crystal shapes absolutely changed in structure, and it looks gross. Like the negative words look gross, and the positive words look amazing. They look like snowflakes, like just pretty and beautiful. And it's wild that the words that we speak to ourselves throughout the day um, can impact the water in our body. Like if we're if we're made of water, then we want to be making sure that the words we're using and the thoughts we're having are a little bit better. And one way you can do that is to incorporate gratitude into your life, into your day, into your week. Because imagine how gross that negative emotion gets after a while. And I'm a firm believer that negativity can create illness. I'm a firm believer that that it can create really hard health issues, a lot of symptoms, headaches. I mean, stress causes how much wrong in your body, and stress is a perpetuation of negative emotions. So if we can control our health through our mind, if we can at least put in the effort to see what's possible, why the fuck not? Why wouldn't we? That's the thing with positive emotion and positive thinking. If we know that our brains are powerful and they're telling our body what to do, see, feel, experience, and we're not trying to make that better, then we're like putting ourselves at an automatic disadvantage for our mental health, our emotions, and our energy levels throughout the day. So play around with it. Find a gratitude practice, whether that's writing a gratitude letter, just sending random thank yous, creating an alarm that helps you just remember to find something grateful for, doing the 10 different every day. Play around, and they found that the studies show that the longer you practice gratitude for, uh, longer time period. So you don't have to do it for an hour or 2 hours a day. Like, but if you consistently do it several days in a row, the more grateful, the more benefits you'll see health-wise, immune-wise, and the more benefits you'll see, I think, even in your relationships. Because when we're looking for someone to piss us off, we'll find it. But when we're looking to find things that we love about the people in our lives, we start to see more of it. So bless the people around you with some kind words today. Bless a stranger with a kind word at a grocery store. Hold the door open. Do all of those random kind things that we can do just by witnessing and existing with other humans. And be kind to yourself and kind to others. And I am going to say thank you again for 100 episodes, y'all. Couldn't do it without you. And make sure to follow me, Nicole Eaton, at NicoleEaton.xo on TikTok and Instagram. Thank you so much for listening to the Rock Your Soul book and podcast. Take a moment to book a one-on-one session with me or purchase my trainings at NicoleEaton.com. Join the Rock Your Soul Facebook group or follow me on Instagram at NicoleEaton.xo. And if you loved this podcast, don't forget to share it. Thank you.